The world above had become a wasteland. Cities once filled with life now lay in ruins, choked by overgrown vegetation and the relentless hordes of the undead. Those who survived the initial outbreak sought refuge beneath the surface, carving out a fragile existence in a sprawling network of tunnels, abandoned subways, and underground bunkers. The surface was no longer an option. It belonged to the mindless dead. But below, a darker secret awaited. In the depths of the underground abyss, the survivors clung to a semblance of normalcy. Makeshift communities formed, illuminated by flickering generator-powered lights. Markets bustled with bartered goods, and the air buzzed with whispers of hope and fear. The surface zombies, slow, shambling creatures, were a known threat, but as long as the barriers were secure, they posed little danger to the underground sanctuaries. That illusion of safety shattered one fateful night. It began in Section Delta, the furthest and least populated area of the abyss. A scouting team, sent to explore deeper tunnels for resources, failed to return. Search parties followed, only to discover the scouts, or what was left of them. Their bodies were mutilated, their expressions frozen in terror. Strange markings lined the walls, etched with an eerie precision that no human hand could replicate. The whispers began almost immediately. "They're evolving," some said. "It's something worse," others countered. Leadership dismissed the claims as hysteria, attributing the scouts' deaths to natural cave hazards or rogue survivors. But the truth would not remain buried for long. "Something's watching us," Emilia, a former biologist turned scavenger, told the council during an emergency meeting. She'd been part of a team that ventured near Delta. "I felt it in the air, a presence, and it's organized. They're not like the ones up top." Her warning went unheeded until the first attack. It came without warning, a coordinated assault on one of the largest settlements. Survivors spoke of swift-moving figures that struck from the shadows, tearing through defenses with inhuman speed and precision. They weren't mindless. They were tactical, targeting generators and communications first. The settlement fell within hours. As survivors fled deeper into the tunnels, Emilia's theories gained grim validation. These weren't ordinary zombies. They were something new, a strain adapted to the darkness, with heightened intelligence and an almost supernatural ability to hunt. Their glowing predatory eyes pierced the pitch-black tunnels, and their guttural communication suggested a form of language. Emilia and a group of brave volunteers formed a resistance, determined to uncover the truth behind these new undead. Armed with improvised weapons and dwindling resources, they ventured into the heart of the abyss. The deeper they went, the stranger the environment became. Bioluminescent fungi coated the walls, casting an eerie glow. Pools of viscous black liquid pulsed as if alive. And the markings, those intricate otherworldly symbols, grew more frequent. Finally, they found it, a massive chamber, unlike anything they'd ever seen. At its center stood an ancient, monolithic structure, pulsating with a sickly green light. Around it, the intelligent undead congregated, their movements almost reverent. Emilia realized with dawning horror that this wasn't just an evolution, it was a transformation. The monolith appeared to be the source, radiating a power that twisted the infected into something far more dangerous. The resistance faced a choice: flee and warn the rest of the abyss, or attempt to destroy the monolith and risk everything. "If we don't stop this now," Emilia said, her voice steady despite the fear in her eyes, "there won't be anywhere left to run." With makeshift explosives and a desperate plan, the group launched their assault. Chaos erupted, as the intelligent undead defended their domain with terrifying ferocity. The battle was brutal, and the resistance suffered heavy losses. But in a final desperate act, Emilia ignited the explosives, shattering the monolith and sending a shockwave through the chamber. The intelligent undead shrieked in unison, their movements becoming erratic. Without the monolith's influence, they began to collapse, their bodies disintegrating into ash. The survivors, battered and broken, made their way back to the surface tunnels, carrying the story of their victory and the cost it exacted. The abyss was safe. For now. But the survivors knew better than to celebrate. The surface remained a graveyard, and the origin of the monolith's power was a mystery, yet unsolved. As Emilia stared into the flickering light of her campfire, she couldn't shake the feeling that the abyss still held secrets waiting to be unearthed.